Welcome back, everybody, to another Dancing Goats and Angry Cloud live stream. Tonight, we have a special episode for you because we have combined it with the Ask A Pagan live stream to continue our series on mead making. So, all right, everybody, we are going to tonight discuss secondary fermentation. Am I correct, Blake?
Yeah, you're going to be going into that and adding some fruit to it. Okay, Cloud.
Wait, what was that?
I was asking Cloud if he could hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. But yeah, second, going into second so that it can clear up and adding fruit to it so you can get more of a fruit flavor to your meat.
All right. So I have a plate of chopped up apples to use for this. So, guiding through the process.
It's fairly simple, really. Take off the airlock and bung.
He didn't ask her, you didn't tell him.
You got it in there pretty good, I guess. Okay, now you take your apples and sort of gently as you can put them in there.
Gently as I can.
You don't want to create too much air with the splashing. Yeah, tilt it to the side a little bit. Because granted, at this point, you're probably sitting at about 15% alcohol, 13% alcohol, which is what you want as far as not making vinegar.
Like I said, my house smells like a brewery. Or should I say meadery?
Yeah. What kind of apples did you get?
Envy.
Oh, that's a good one. Anything you want to ask about?
The little Lokians must be running around right by him by the sound of it before he muted.
Rebel, lay down.
Yep, he's nodding.
Our pooch is being a pain.
Little rebels being a rebel.
This is all coming from one apple. I might have chosen too big of an apple.
How many apples did you cut up?
One single apple.
That's fine.
It's a big apple.
Oh. No, you cannot get up here. He is literally trying to get in my lap at the table. Stop. Hi.
He's so persistent. And here we go.
So he made it up here.
You got a third person.
Literally.
A fourth person. This is Rebel.
No. You hear that noise? You hear that noise? Corey.
Was there anything you was wanting to ask about mead making, Corey, as far as anything?
I've never brewed anything before. Honestly, I've never even drank. We'll see a matter of. Oh, hey, wait, that's supposed to be at 5:30. Oh yeah, it's at 9. Hey, it's 9. I should go ahead and pop in real quick.
Yeah. It's a fun little project you can do at home.
He's
You
the
So simple, you teach a goat to do it.
do what?
So simple, you can even teach a goat to do it.
Yep.
Kilo. You are not getting up here either.
He's getting sick. You hear me?
He's literally trying to lay down.
You on?
Huh?
Sorry about that. What did I miss?
The dog climbed up here with us.
Saw that.
No.
This episode is brought to you by Loki.
No, don't.
Yeah. He's having fun today.
You're not getting on the table. No. Get down. Sorry.
You give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
With him, yes, he does. He thinks he has to be up our rears all the time.
Oh, apparently you got a haircut. Now, once you get all the apples in there, you can put the airlock back onto it and swirl it up a little bit so that the apples can go into the mead. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
Go like that.
Okay.
You go ahead and pop out of this.
All right. Now, when you put the airlock back on it and swirl it up, you'll notice some foam, which is typical. That's just CO2 that's been built up into the liquid and is getting released as agitation occurs. All right, that's good. You should have some pretty active bubbles at this point.
Yep.
And now you just let it sit for another 3 weeks, and it'll take what's going to happen is the yeast will be sort of waken up by the apples that you put in and the sugars that's in the apples, and we'll start chewing on the sugars, converting that into alcohol, basically adding more alcohol to what you already have.
Okay.
Are you done with the day, Corporal?
Say again?
I said, are you done with the day?
Only, it's only dark 30 already.
So, about how long from this step to the next stage?
I would let it sit for at least 3 weeks. That way it works on the apples really well.
All right.
There won't be any mold because there's so much CO2 in there that mold won't be able to grow because it needs air to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically have a airtight, non-moldy growing environment. If that makes sense.
Anaerobic. I think that's the word you're going for.
Yeah.
Anaerobic means without oxygen.
Yep. So
All right. So, let's discuss a little bit about mead. Tell us, what do you know about the history of mead?
well, it can trace it back as far back as Bronze Age and Viking Age. The oldest recipe that I've known or that I've read that was actually written down at the point goes back to I think it was like 2000 BC or something around that point. It's an ancient one. But as far as like using it for rituals and stuff, that was more or less in the Viking Age, because they thought it was the gods that made it. So that's the reason why a lot of people sort of refer to mead as the god's nectar. And once from that point on, it sort of went to other regions of the world and was made. And the Egypts didn't really use it as far as rituals go. Romans didn't really use it as far as that goes either, other than what they did with Christian stuff. So I know they use red wine in the Christian thing with the bread.
So because geography, the Romans were definitely a lot more wine drinker.
Yeah. They used the grapes more than anything. Oh. There we go. I can't even read that.
BC.
Yeah, 7,000 BC. It's a lot older than I thought it was.
China. That's not right, and that's the chemical sick. Oh, never mind, it's gone. Oh, it's back. Him, Rig, Vata.
7,000 BC in China to some pottery vessels that were found to have traces of honey, rice, and the organic compounds of fermentation. So I'm guessing yeast and its byproducts.
Yeah, yeast was one of those. Yeast is one of those things that's literally everywhere you go. Like you can walk outside and yeast is hitting you in the face. It's on everything. And it's one of those things that they didn't really figure that part out until way later on.
From the little bit of research that I did, it seems like mead was possibly first discovered by people drinking what was dripping out of beehives that had gotten soaked in rainstorms.
Yep. Even bees can actually I don't know if they really know that they're making it, but they'll make alcohol and get drunk off of it.
Does that ruin the hive, or does the hive stay healthy after that? Yeah.
They'll end up sort of getting the bee that's drunk out and keep them out until he's sober, and then the alcohol will evaporate, and that'll be that. Like if a bee gets out and gets drunk, they'll keep him out of the hive until he's sober, which is surprising.
It's probably, I don't know what's going on with you, go away.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny.
Okay, so describe for us the next few steps in the process of the mead making. Because I've heard talk of something called racking. I'm not sure what that is.
Yep, you'll get a auto siphon. You can get that off Amazon for You can grab one off Amazon fairly cheap, for about $15 to $20, and they range in size from 1 gallon, which is about about this long, to a 5 gallon to like an 8 gallon racking cane. And some of them come with a tube to attach to the end of it, so you can siphon it off into another jug. Some don't, so you may have to get a food grade silicone tube.
Can I not just like pour it through a strainer?
All right. This is the racking cane that I have for the 1 gallon. And this plastic piece that this is the plunger part that goes into the tube, and it's basically once you put this in, you pump it 3 or 4 times, and gravity will do the rest. And that's just the tube that it goes down into another container. That makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Okay.
The 5 gallon, which is significantly bigger. I think this one was like 25 for the 5 gallon one.
Oh, and remind them, it comes with a little thing on the bottom.
Yes.
So don't throw that away.
There is a cap that will come on the bottom of this thing that fits on here.
Mm-hmm.
Do not throw it away.
Use it when you're siphoning.
Because what that cap does is that it keeps the bottom from touching the very bottom of your container and sucking up that dead yeast that's on the bottom, which you don't want to do. So the cap will sit up and have a gap that sits just under this lip, and that will feed into that instead of taking it straight from the bottom.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it that you accidentally threw that cap away at one point.
Yep. I had to go to the brew store and actually buy the little cap. They laughed at me when I told them I did it.
Lots of little bubbles coming up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to give this mead a try when it is ready. Should hopefully
Yeah, it should be pretty good.
You can also even add a cinnamon stick to it, make it apple cinnamon.
Yeah, you can throw a cinnamon stick in it.
thought about that.
Some clove,
These cinnamon sticks.
allspice.
Oh, nutmeg.
There's several things you can do it. Although if you're gonna use clove, use it very sparingly.
Yes, like one
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
a little bit of clove goes a long way.
One.
The same thing with allspice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll open it up now to the audience to ask any questions that they have for Blake in regards to mead making, or any questions for Heather in regards to wine making.
Or any kind of ritual work with mead. That is.
Wait, ritual work with mead? What kind of ritual work are you doing with mead?
I use it for offerings.
Ah, of course. I was about to think that you were talking about I don't know, performing some crazy ritual to cleanse the mead or something and turn it into holy mead.
I'm sure somebody does. There's always one person that does that
Yeah,
somewhere.
but you can always put your intentions in it.
Well, that is one thing I do, is that when I'm making or starting a brew, my full intentions is that if any of the guys happen to come by the house, I would offer them the best drink I could make as far as mead goes.
Yeah.
That's my whole thought process of making it.
Well, I still think you need to make yourself a actual meadery at some point.
That's the plan.
Strawberry mead was.
Oh, you tried the strawberry one?
Yep, it's the only one I've tried so far.
Well, what's the review on it?
I'm not much of a drinker. I don't really drink a lot. So I didn't have like a full glass or anything, but I did try it. I thought the strawberry flavor was pretty good. Like it it wasn't overpowering, but it wasn't too subtle. But I don't like the taste of alcohol, so it kind of ruins it a bit for me. But it was still absolutely delicious as far as I'm concerned.
Do you like coffee?
No.
Oh, never mind then. You wouldn't like the gingerbread one.
No. Most of the mead that I'd be making here is going to end up being used for offerings. Whereas the mead you gave me is going to be used to supply drinks for friends.
That works.
I will be taking a bottle with me camping, maybe two, and really giving it a good go to see how it is.
I'll bring you a bottle of the red wine I made.
All right.
Yeah, she makes some red wine that's simple to make and it's very good.
It's only got 3 of them, you know. So they only make endless noise. That's all.
All of ours are, well, mine are all teenagers, and the youngest is 9 right now. So we have 3 teenagers and a 9-year-old in the house.
So aside from the 9-year-old, they all don't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole anyway. So it must be quiet.
No.
They fight.
I have one that wants to be up my skirt tail all the time, and then I have one that wants to be in control all the time.
Constantly fighting.
Like oil and water. They don't mix.
All right, folks. Well, my little Lokians are not going to sleep, so I'm going to call this live stream a little bit earlier than usual tonight. I just want to remind everybody that is watching to go ahead and make sure that you please subscribe and take a screenshot of your subscription so you can post it to our Discord and enter our giveaway for the free copy of A Practical Heathen's Guide to Also True by Patricia LaFile.
I got my screenshot in.
You guys got 3 more weeks to get your screenshots in and to submit your entries. Now, there is a link to the Discord in the description down below where you can join our community and engage with us. And chat with us online, okay? And you will also be able to find down in the description a link to our Patreon. If you enjoy the content we make here, I invite you to please take a look at our Patreon. Your support goes to help us continue to do more book giveaways more often. So once again, thank you, everybody. We'll leave you with these final words. There's no one true way. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Okay.